अच्छा, ongoing है, very good. So in the last class, I think we have seen the scanning electron microscope
Yes, ma'am.
and transmission electron microscope. ये वाला ले लिया था ये?
नहीं, हमारा ये सब बाकी है।
Yes, ma'am.
कौन बोला है?
फ्रॉम CEJ।
अच्छा, ये आपका बाकी है?
यस, या कुछ हुआ ही नहीं।
तो आपको तो कैसे कनेक्शन मिलेगा? कोई बात नहीं, चलो। एन डिवीजन का
मैम ये हो गया है।
मैम हो गया है।
ठीक है, तो चलो नए इंस्ट्रूमेंट से ही लेते हैं ताकि इन लोगों का भी खत्म हो। लेट अस मूव ऑन टू XRD. See, whenever the nano devices are fabricated या nano particles are fabricated, हम बोलते हैं कि भाई चलो हमने नैनो डायोड बनाया, नैनो ट्रांजिस्टर बनाया, या जो फैट है फील्ड इफेक्ट ट्रांजिस्टर या मॉसफेट्स जो है उसके ऊपर जो मैंने कोटिंग किया है, दैट इज इन द रेंज ऑफ द थिकनेस इज इन द रेंज ऑफ द नैनोमीटर, राइट? कोई कोटिंग किया है सरफेस के ऊपर, एंड इफ आई टेल दैट this coating, the coating that I did, the film that I have deposited is in the nanometer range. Fine. So for confirming the size, various types of instruments are used. If I say that I have fabricated a nanodiode, then I have to confirm it by checking the dimension of the fabricated diode, right? Ki it is in the nanometer range or not. Fine. So for checking the dimensions, for checking the size, different types of microscopes are used, right? See, if I take the optical microscope, then optical microscope will not be having a resolution such that it can see an object in a nanometer range, right? You cannot view the object of the nanometer range through the optical microscope. In that case, you have to make use of the microscope. શું આવ્યું? શેનું order આવ્યો? Examiner? કઈ exam? ઓલો CSE MBA નું છે. એક્ઝામિનર છે, આપણે છૂટા. તમે સેટર હશો. હા, 150 છોકરા છે. ત્રણ નાના એની ઉપર હતો ને આજે. Let me see. Let me check. For checking the dimensions of any device, अगर particle है, okay, if you have fabricated, if you have synthesized a powder, so powder के अंदर you will be having our nanoparticles. So for checking the size of that nanoparticles, the microscopes are used, and we use the electron microscope for that. Fine. Similarly, in nanotechnology, if I have fabricated any device, I have fabricated any material, if I wanted to study the crystal formation, the crystal growth, the crystallization of a material, the impurity that is present in a given material, the proportion of the impurity present in a material, that can be learned by using a technique known as an X-ray diffraction technique, right? So with the help of the X-ray diffraction, we can verify the crystal structure of a given material. right? Say for example, coating किया है मैंने, right? Thin film deposition किया है. So when you are depositing a thin film, na, that will be during that you must have seen in a CVD and laser ablation and the sputtering technique, right? We are breaking the target, and the evaporated form of the target is allowed to move towards the substrate, and then it will be deposited on the substrate. So when you are depositing the target material on the substrate, what kind of crystallization has occurred on the surface of the material substrate, right? So for learning that crystallization, the X-ray techniques are used in nanotechnology. Fine. So there are three different methods by which you can take the XRD pattern. The first one is the Loy method, single crystal method, and the powder method, right? So what is the first technique? I will show you a video, but before that, let me brief you. In the Loy method, uh, the specimen जहाँ पे single crystal लिखा है, right? So the specimen will be kept here. The X-ray beams will be collimated. Collimated मतलब a thin film will be there, and at the center of the film, a pinhole will be there, and the X-rays will be allowed to pass through that pin. That is known as a collimation, right? जो beam है उसको sharp करने के लिए we are passing it through the hole, right? A pinhole. So it will be collimated, and then the X-rays will be allowed to fall on the crystal, right? And on the other side, you will be having the photographic plate. Now, you must have studied now that when X-rays fall on the surface of a material, your crystal consists of the different layers, right? So when the X-rays falls on that layers, there will be the diffraction of the X-rays, right? And if the diffraction is at the Bragg angle, the detector on the other side will detector मतलब कि आपका जो photographic plate अभी detector लेते हैं, right? So it will detect the radiation, and they will form some image on the photographic plate. So what happens when it falls on the crystal? There will be the diffraction of the X-rays at a different angles in all the directions, right? ऐसा नहीं है कि प्लेट के ऊपर ही जाएंगे. It will be within the you can say that inside the plane, outside the plane, in three dimension there will be the diffraction, right? So that X-rays detected, yeah, diffracted at the Bragg's angle, they will be allowed to fall on the photographic plate, and on the photographic plate you will be getting some pattern in the form of these dots, dot के form में आपको pattern मिलेगी, and that pattern will be analyzed, and from that the crystal structure is determined, right? I will show you how the crystal structure is determined by using this lawyer method. Just give me 1 minute. I'm just sharing the video with you. બહુ જ સ્લો છે નેટ એટલું ને યાર સવારને આયરન કરે છે નેટ જ સ્લો છે એવું જ હશે કઈ રીતે છોકરાઓને ભણાવું स्क्रीन विजिबल है फॉर यू? वीडियो दिख रहा है आपको?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
ओके, थैंक यू. हुआ इसको? See, this is how the X-ray machine looks like. This is a Bruker made. You can say that X-ray machine. ये advanced है, D8 advanced जो बोलते हैं ना टेबल टॉप, इससे बड़े पहले machines आते हैं. The main part is here, इसके अंदर. Okay, so ये जो है basically it is not for a Loy. This machine is not used for Loy method, but this machine is of the powder technique. जो third वाली technique है ना, उसके लिए. So इस साइड इसकी एक्सरे ट्यूब आती है और ये डिटेक्टर होता है. ओके, ये डिटेक्टर जो है
Video is not visible, ma'am. Visible नहीं है.
नॉट विजिबल.
Video visible है.
ओके ओके ओके, सॉरी. क्या हो गया इसको?
Now it's visible.
So this machine is actually not for the lawyer method, but this is for the third technique, powder method. Fine. So ये जो है इस साइड वो डिटेक्टर है, सैंपल यहाँ कहीं रखते हैं, और ये एक्सरे ट्यूब है. ओके, ये बड़ी जो है ना, दिस इज योर एक्सरे ट्यूब फ्रॉम वेयर द एक्सरेज विल बी एमिटेड. और ये डिटेक्टर जो है ना वो मूवेबल है. ऐसे ये जो आर्क है ना, वो आर्क के ऊपर 0 to 180 डिग्री तक ये मूव कर सकता है. राइट. So every instrument will be having some limitation till what the detector move. Okay, just I want to show कि ऐसा कुछ machine दिखता है. This is for the powder technique. It is not for the Loy method. ये एक मिनट, ये अलग अलग आ गया. Just sorry. ये पाउडर एक्सरे का आ गया है. ये रहा Loy method का.
Let us pass on to one law experiment. X-rays.
See, this is the technique जो हमने theory first method पढ़ी ना, Loy method. So X-ray tube is generally denoted by this symbol. These are the collimated screen. मतलब there will be a screen in which there will be a pinhole through which the X-rays can pass. And this is your crystal. Crystal मतलब material जिसका आपको study करना है, right? And this is your photographic plate. Yeah, you can tell it as a photographic film.
X-ray tube is collimated into a fine beam between two slits, that is S1 and S2. The beam is now allowed to pass through a zinc sulfide crystal, that is ZNS crystal. The emergent rays are made to fall on a photographic plate P. The diffraction pattern so obtained consists of a central spot at O and a series of spots arranged in a definite pattern about O as shown in the figure. The central spot is due to the direct beam, whereas the regularly arranged spots are due to the diffraction pattern from the atoms of the various crystal planes. These spots are known as law spots. The law experiment has established the following two important facts. They are: X-rays are electromagnetic waves of extremely short wavelength. The atoms in a crystal are arranged in a regular three-dimensional lattice.
Right. So to get the means it is very difficult to get the crystal structure. We are means this experiment is performed. Right. जो spots आपको मिले ना, so each spots, each and every spot will give the lattice position. Yeah, you can say that lattice site of a given crystal structure. Right. So there are softwares available with which the processing will be done, and from the file that is exported, you can get to know about the structure, right? So this was the first technique that was used for determining the crystal structure. Nowadays, people are not using this technique. Even means I am working on X-ray. So ये एक अलग, this is one more practical. Even I am working on X-ray, but I don't know because this was the oldest technique. Nowadays, we people are using powder XRD technique, right? So powder XRD से we determine the crystal structure. So ये जो circles है ना, circle में दो circle के बीच का distance, दो spot के बीच का distance. So all that things will be what you say, analyzed, and then from that the crystal structure can be determined. Crystal structure matlab whether it is a cubic structure or hexagonal structure or monoclinic structure, different जो 7 lattices है उसमें से कौन सा structure ये है, अगर impurity है तो structure में कितना deformation हुआ है, all that things can be known from that dots. ओके वो डॉट्स का जो इंटरप्रिटेशन करेंगे, फिर वहां से क्रिस्टल प्लेन, अगर आप लोगों ने सुना हो तो मिलर इंडाइसिस करके आता है, राइट? सो फ्रॉम दैट द क्रिस्टल प्लेन्स कैन आल्सो बी डिटरमाइंड.
Understand what are the different techniques that we have to determine the structure of a crystal. Okay, we've already seen what are the different types of crystal structures that we have. Okay, important types of crystal structures, like we have seen the sodium chloride crystal structure, we have seen the diamond crystal structure, right? And we have seen all the basic unit cells, which are your Bravais lattices, right? Now we are going to see how do we actually scientifically study a structure of a given crystal. Okay, so the first technique that we are going to study is known as Luan's method. Okay, so we are going to understand what is your Luan's method. What do we have in here? Okay, so this is a basic diagram which is representing your Luan's method for analyzing a crystal structure. Okay, so over here you have a X-ray tube. So this is emitting your X-rays. Okay, this X-rays are turned into a very fine beam by using lead sheets. Okay, so these are your lead screens in which you have a small pinhole. Okay, due to this small pinhole, all the X-rays are absorbed except for the X-rays which are going through these pinholes. Okay, so the X-ray is basically turned into a small fine beam of parallel X-rays, right? So this set of parallel X-rays, they are bombarded on your crystal which is to be analyzed. So this is the crystal which we are analyzing to understand what its crystal structure is. Okay, when this X-rays they fall on these crystals, they get diffracted and you get a pattern on the screen. Okay, this is your screen on which you get a pattern which is something like this. Okay, this pattern is unique for every crystal. Okay, here you have large number of bright spots, as you can see. Okay, this arrangement of bright spots is unique to a particular crystal, and this arrangement of bright spots,
As I told you, no, arrangement of spots, distance between the spots. Sometimes see what we used to do is, अगर आपका material पूरा crystalline है, तो क्या होगा? The distance between the two crystals will be very large. If you have the amorphous, no, तो amorphous structure के लिए ऐसे जो dots है ना वो नजदीक नजदीक होंगे. Okay, then you get some specific patterns, right? From that you can predict about the crystal structure.
glass
Spots.
Right. So you can see the lower spots on the screen, and on the basis of this lower spot, you can find out the crystal structure for this crystal, since the arrangement of these spots are unique to a particular crystal. Okay. We are actually going to understand what exactly is happening over here and what is causing these bright spots to family of planes. We've seen that in every unit cell, we have many number of family of planes. Okay, in a single family of planes, all
See
the
this,
planes are
if you just assume a salt crystal, and if you see in the salt crystal, you will be having different planes aligned in different direction. A group of plane aligned in one direction, then in the other direction, right? So different X-rays, the X-rays will be diffracted at different angles from these planes.
they have same set of atomic distributions. Okay, so the atoms are distributed or arranged in similar fashion all the planes which are of the same family. Okay, we have many such families within a crystal. Okay, so you're going to have many such families in your crystal, and in each of the families, your arrangement of atoms would be same for all the planes which are of the same family. Okay, so it's going to be something like this. Now, what happens is your crystal, which is composed of many such family of planes, when your parallel beam of X-rays they hit this crystal or are incident on this crystal, all these planes they act as your diffraction gratings. Okay, so essentially your crystal is a three-dimensional diffraction grating. Okay, let's analyze one particular family. So
Fine. So आगे का analysis analysis it's not it's not in our syllabus, and we don't want to do also, right? So in Loy's method, now I think I have to go to slide soon. So as you see in Loy's method, we get the spot on the pattern on the photographic plate, and analysis of that pattern on the photographic plate will give us the crystal structure. So what was the case in the Loy's method? The crystal was stationary, right? Even the photographic plate was stationary, right? Now, so this method is employed only for the crystal, lump ho. If you have a powder, then that powder cannot be analyzed with this method. Okay, so that was the drawback. Now, then after, when the X-rays are falling on the crystals, no, they are diffracted in the different directions, right? So only the X-rays falling on this plate were collected, and the other X-rays were not collected, right? Suppose if they are diffracted in this upward direction or downward direction, they were waste, right? They were means they also give some specific pattern, right? So some of the information of the crystal were lost in that case. So slight modification was done in the single crystal method, and in the single crystal method, instead of using the specimen stationary, the specimen, matlab the crystal, it was rotated with the help of a spindle. This is spindle, and your crystal was rotated, right? There was the rotation of the crystal, and at the same time, instead of taking the film, okay, on the second only on the one side, the film was converted in the form of a cylinder. ये जो cylinder है ना, उसके inner side पे there was the film. Okay, so the X-ray emitted in any of the direction, X-rays diffracted in any of the direction can be allowed to fall on this photographic plate, right? So suppose ये if we assume कि 0 degree पे ये fall हो रहा है, right? सो 0 डिग्री इंसिडेंट डायरेक्शन के 0 डिग्री में फॉल हो रहे, वो इंफॉर्मेशन भी हम कलेक्ट कर सकते हैं. द एक्सरेज डेट आर डिफ्रैक्टेड इन 90 डिग्री, okay, that can also be collected by using this kind of. The pattern was seen, the pattern was in the form of the circles only, spots only, and again that spots were analyzed and the structure was determined. But with time, what happened? Both of this method were used only for the crystal. Bulk अगर lump आपके पास हो तो. But what about if your sample is in the form of a powder? If it is in the form of a film, right? So that were not analyzed by using the first two technique, Lauer technique and the single crystal method, right? So for analyzing that the film powder, the powder XRD method was given. Though the name is powder, ऐसा नहीं है कि powder का ही X-ray आप लोग निकाल सकते हैं. The powder, if you have a film coating किया है कोई surface के ऊपर, तो वो film का भी, if you have a crystal, that crystal can also be analyzed by using the X-ray technique, right? So that was the plus point of this technique. Now see, this is how the instrument looks like. बड़ा सा instrument है, अभी तो convert हो गया है tabletop instrument में. Bruker is the company which manufacture this instrument, and people used to prefer the Bruker instrument only. It has some extra settings also. These are not required. ये क्रायो पंप है, मतलब लो टेम्परेचर पे भी एक्सरे लेना हो तो दैट इज ऑल्सो पॉसिबल. हाई टेम्परेचर पे एक्सरे पॉसिबल, एट अ रूम टेम्परेचर ऑल्सो इट इज पॉसिबल. बट दिस इज हाउ द मशीन लुक्स लाइक. नाउ द मेन पार्ट ऑफ द एक्सरे मशीन इज गॉनियोमीटर. ये जो चेंबर है ना, इसके अंदर जो होगा एक छोटा सा, यहाँ पे है इस, राइट, दैट इज अ गॉनियोमीटर. ओके, ये पूरे सेटअप को गॉनियोमीटर बोलते हैं. नाउ गॉनियोमीटर कंसिस्ट ऑफ अ एक्सरे ट्यूब. दिस इज योर एक्सरे ट्यूब, एक्सरे सोर्स, अ सैंपल होल्डर, यहाँ पे सैंपल होल्डर होगा, एंड अ डिटेक्टर फॉर डिटेक्टिंग द एक्सरेज. पहले क्या था, फिल्म लेते थे, एंड फिल्म के जो डेटा है उसको people were doing the calculations, lots and lots of calculations were done, right? But nowadays with the help of the software, it's means no calculations are required. Software will give you an output file, and you generate an output file, and you are ready with your data and the crystal structure, right? Nowadays with the software known as a ritual refinement software, आपका जो मटेरियल का स्ट्रक्चर है, वो स्ट्रक्चर ही यू कैन टेक इट एज एन आउटपुट फाइल. सोर्स फाइल आपके पास है तो यू कैन ड्रॉ द स्ट्रक्चर विद द हेल्प ऑफ द softwares. Fine. So a goniometer is the main part. It consists of an X-ray source. Then you have the sample holder, detector, right? ये सब stationary है. X-ray tube is stationary. The sample holder is stationary, but the detector will move from 0 to 180 degree, right? So 0 degree पे जो भी X-rays आएंगे, that will be detected by the detector. Then 1 degree, 2 degree, 10, 20, 30, 40, ऐसे 180 degree तक you can move the detector and collect the X-rays. I will show you one video that will clear all your doubts कि कैसे ये detector move करता है and how you are getting the data and all the things. This is the technique which is widely used nowadays. गॉनियोमीटर यहाँ पे क्लियरली दिखाई देता है, देखो. दिस इज योर गॉनियोमीटर. ये जो है वो एक्सरे ट्यूब है. दिस इज योर डिटेक्टर, राइट? सैंपल यहाँ कहीं रखा होगा, एंड ये डिटेक्टर जो है वो ऐसे मूव करता है, स्लोली स्लोली, स्कैन जैसे करे ना, 0.1 जितना वो मूव करता है, 0.1 डिग्री per second. Okay, so each and every angle will be recorded. 0 degree पे जो भी diffract होके X-rays आएंगे, that will be recorded. उसको counts बोलते हैं, right? So 0 to 180 degree तक it can scan the specimen. So how the X-rays are taken. So each crystal consists of a plane. ये कुछ plane हुआ, एक plane. As a number of planes will be there in a crystal. Right, so you can see the plane. Right, so from these planes, the X-rays are diffracted at a Bragg angle and they will be detected. Now you can see the detector is moving at different angle. So well, see, this is the main part from which you can get the crystal structure. जो अलग अलग थीटा डिटेक्टर जो है ना वो ऐसे 0 से 180 तक वो रोटेट करता है. फाइन. सो ये जो काउंट्स क्या है, डिटेक्टर जो एक्सरेज डिटेक्ट करता है उसका नंबर है. फाइन. सो सपोज 0 डिग्री, राइट. सो 0 डिग्री पे मुझे कुछ नहीं मिला है, मतलब नो एक्सरेज वे डिटेक्टेड. वहां पे डिस्ट्रक्टिव इंटरफियरेंस हुआ होगा इफ यू सीन द वीडियो, राइट. फिर जैसे 10 degree, 20 degree, nothing is there, no count is there. 30 degree, right? These are the angles. So no count is there. Then 35, okay, no count is there. Then you can see at 36, you got some count. Okay, मतलब कि यहाँ पे इतने एक्सरे फोटोन डिटेक्ट हुए होंगे 1000 या 500 जितने. उसी तरह when you go to 40, you can see approximately 5500 photons, X-ray photons are detected. Fine. Actually, these are 2 theta degrees क्योंकि 180 plus 180 वो 360 degree पे लेता है. So at your level, let us say कि at 40 degree, I got some photon, right? उसी तरह 45 पे नहीं, 50 पे नहीं, 60 पे again मुझे कुछ मिला, right? Different counts I am getting. So what will be done? कोई specific specimen के लिए I got the X-rays. Okay. Now see ये let us say कि कुछ hexagonal structure है या body center cubic structure है, right? So body center cubic structure के लिए I got this thing. Now how I can say that my structure is a body structure cubic structure, BCC structure है. So for that some standard datas are available कि if you have a BCC structure, ये standard data ही है. ओके कि 40 डिग्री पे इतने काउंट्स आने चाहिए, 57 पे इतने काउंट्स आने चाहिए, at 32 you must have n number of counts. So if these things are matching, no, you can say that the structure that fabricated by me is BCC. कभी कभी क्या होता है जैसे NaCl, right? So when there is a crystallization of NaCl, ना, NaCl के साथ साथ there are chances that some of the silicon atoms will also be added. मिट्टी आ जाती है NaCl का जब क्रिस्टलाइजेशन, तो ड्यू टू दैट उसका जो क्रिस्टल स्ट्रक्चर है ना वो डिफॉर्म हो जाता है, राइट? सो वो डिफॉर्म्ड, इफ योर स्ट्रक्चर इज डिफॉर्म्ड, ओके, तो क्या होगा कि ये जो पिक है ना, जैसे सपोज इफ आई अज्यूम 40, सो ये पिक जो मुझे 40 पे मिलनी चाहिए ना, इंस्टेड ऑफ दैट आई मस्ट बी गेटिंग द पिक एट 42 या 41. ओके, देयर विल बी अ पिक शिफ्टिंग, काउंट्स उतने ही आएंगे लेकिन पिक शिफ्ट हो जाते हैं, मतलब कि आपका जो स्ट्रक्चर है ना वो डिफॉर्म हो गया है, राइट? यू हैव गॉट द डिफॉर्म्ड स्ट्रक्चर. सो क्यों डिफॉर्म्ड हुआ है, तो उसका एलिमेंट के लिए वापस यू कैन गो फॉर सम अदर टेक्निक्स, राइट? सो क्रिस्टल डिफॉर्मेशन के लिए, क्रिस्टल स्ट्रक्चर के लिए दिस टेक्निक्स आर यूज्ड. Fine. So ये एक मतलब this is one of the important technique in nanotechnology which is required, right? So some of the essential part of the X-ray diffractometer are X-ray tube which act as a source, incident beam, okay, that is a collimation के लिए, goniometer consists of a sample holder, the detector and the X-ray tube. Then at the receiving side you will be having a detector, right, which will count the number of X-rays that are scattered. So this is how the process takes place. Suppose powder है तो powder का sample बनाना होता है, it is somewhat it is prepared in this manner. You will be having a sample grid, the sample holder on which the powder will be filled, okay? So and then after it will be kept for X-ray analysis. LEED is not there in your syllabus. If at all it is there, or you don't read it, right? In if you find anywhere in the book, but this is not there in your syllabus, right? ये तो हमने देख लिया है. Quantum confinement, we have seen in the first lecture only, I think, of nanophysics. I have told you कि confinement in one direction. What is the confinement in one direction? मतलब कि एक dimension जो है वो nanometer में होगा and other two dimension will be in the bulk. Say for example thin film. Thin films are also known as in quantum well, right? So the thickness will be in nanometer range and breadth and width will be visible. Two dimensional confinement मतलब दो dimension nanometer में होंगे and one dimension will be visible, right? So two dimensionally confined nanostructures are one dimensional structure. दोनों एक ही है. If I say one dimension structure and two dimensionally confined nanostructure, so both are same. Two dimensionally confined nanostructure मतलब दो dimension nanometer में होंगे. Say for example quantum wires या carbon nanotubes, right? उसी तरह three dimensionally confined nanostructure तीनों dimension nanometer में होंगे and that is known as a quantum dot. You will not be able to see the single particle, right? So बाकी तो applications है which we have already seen. So that's all. I think I have a second class. So thank you all of you and all the best for your exam.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.